Introducing for the third time on the Crooked Smile podcast, Thomas O'Brien, also known as Obie's Ordinary. Thanks for having me, guys. Cue the explosives. Back explosives.
I can put some explosives in if you need in the background.
Applause, everyone. Thank you, Cam, for having me. No worries. I'll sign it later. All good. Don't worry, I get it all the time.
Mate, second guest in a row now to do the intro for me.
You're welcome.
Because this will be... Oh, no, this isn't in a row because Marandino was a few weeks ago. He did the intro as well. So I thought, why not let you do it as well?
But am I the third timer? Damn.
I think Lloyd Evans is 4, Dr. Lloyd Evans, and Joel Kandai is 3.
Well, I was excited, but that's okay.
We can get you to 5.
Yeah.
We can get you to 5.
We can do that.
Just keep doing cool shit.
Say less.
This is 3 months since your last appearance?
Yeah, that would have been, well, maybe longer because would have been post 75.
But it's perfect timing.
It is.
And we can explain why.
Just got off the plane last week.
So right after Tom's last episode with us, Obie's last episode with us, he just finished 75 hard and then he went to Europe.
Yeah.
And we had him in that little in-between phase.
Yeah.
And now you've just come back from Europe. So it's almost that full circle moment of that 75 days of like 75 hard where it's just grueling and discipline and like on top of everything. And then it's however long you're in Europe for, just holiday, relax. It's the perfect like work and then life balance in there.
Almost wouldn't say it was a holiday relax.
Really?
Parts of it were, but I like to look at it as what I wanted to go out and do was an adventure.
You're not the first person to say that to me. Last week's episode, David Cleary, he just traveled through, I think it was Vietnam for 8 weeks or 10 weeks or something. And he said to me, it was travel, not a holiday. I would define them as different.
Yeah, it is. It is so different. 100%.
But why?
Well, I say adventure because it's not an adventure until something goes wrong. Yeah. And that's what makes it like a trip and adventure. What made it adventure with me, I almost fell off the side of a mountain when I was like hiking, like doing a two-day through hike in Montenegro. It's like fell over 4 times on my ass on a steep as fuck mountain and like bent my hiking pole once. And just like, that was the first day as well. I was just like, got to my camp. I'm like, oh, I'm actually glad I'm alive.
So why did you decide to do things like that instead of just relaxing and just going to like the beaches and just
you can
chilling
do that
out?
here. We can do it in WA. Like, we got beaches here. You can go and put your tower down there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there's something about Europe. There's something about Europe where everyone in Australia just loves and fantasizes about a European holiday for the summer there.
Yeah, sitting back, Aperol Spritz, start in hand.
Yeah, but why is that? Yet at the same time, all the Europeans are moving to Australia. Like in Perth, for example, there's so many Greeks and Italians.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Because you're so right, though. Like, obviously, we live in Australia, beautiful place. You have all these people that probably haven't actually explored much of our own backyard but want to go to Europe. It is very romanticized. The Euro summer, going to, Spain, Portugal, Ibiza, South Croatia. That wasn't... Well, South Croatia and Ibiza, like, that's not really, like, my pull towards Europe, but, like, to do things like Mont Blanc, where we actually, like, there's mountains and the stuff that you don't get in Australia, like, I want to do that. And I know that, like, personally, I want to do Australia, like, travel around when I'm a bit older, have a good car, have the equipment, have my missus, do that and make those kind of memories a bit further down the line. So
bring your kids with you.
Maybe not, maybe before kids. And maybe with kids after as well. Do it again.
So you're off the cool uncle vibe now and you're ready for a family. Is this what you're saying?
No, I'm only 23, mate. Not ready for a family anytime soon.
So Europe, I guess I'm pretty interested to talk about just the differences in Europe versus here. And because you're fresh off the trip,
Yeah.
it kind of, it's great to pick your mind on it because it's a whole nother world in sense of like people, friendliness, gypsies every now and then. And then just like the way of living, I feel is so different to here in Australia.
Yeah, massively. And, just like the history and the culture, like, yes, there is a very rich culture in Australia, but, it hadn't been properly colonized until, within the last 200 years. Whereas, say, like, throughout Europe, there's, like, things that go past like was it BC, that was just like even still like forms of communication and buildings and you know like this, like went to a couple of museums and stuff. You see this like it goes so far back because obviously you have Africa and people like, you know, through evolution came up through Eurasia and Europe, and so like they kind of split off through there. You get to see the progression of just like where and how different cultures are formed, but it is so insanely fascinating and interesting when you have, say, like when we did Mont Blanc, you're crossing from France into Italy and into Switzerland, and how over a couple of kilometers the cultures are so significantly different.
Yeah, right.
And they live their lives very differently. And like food's very different too. And obviously the languages, the accents, it's like it's kind of trippy. Like, and I mean, obviously it's so foreign to us in Australia where, you know, especially in WA, you drive a couple hours, you're still in WA. You drive a couple hours in a bus or even like a plane, like 30 minutes, you've crossed over like 2-3 countries, and it's like, like it's hard to kind of
I think one of the big things though is that we're such a morning culture here.
Yeah.
And it does not feel like it's as much of a morning culture there.
Well, yeah, you know, you have
coffee and a croissant for breakfast.
Yeah, 100%. And like, say, I don't know, well, the places I went to like weren't really party places. You know, say if it was in Germany or say it was in Spain, like they don't start their like going out until 12, 1, 2, 3 a.m.
Which is nuts. Because
so no
you
wonder
go anywhere in Perth, even on the weekend at that time, and everywhere's dead.
Yeah. Everyone's going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, that difference I think is one of the big ones that really shapes the culture, because it means that here I feel like people are more like living to work, whereas there people are more working to live.
The balance is, I think, yeah, in places around Europe, I don't know specifically.
But where'd you go for context for the audience and myself?
Yeah, for sure. So I did 9-10 countries total. And we started in Albania and then pretty much did top to bottom there. So we did what I thought was a unique experience at the start, like go up to Skoda and then you go from Skoda to Valbonne, you do the Valbonne to Theth hike, figured out that it's not very unique. Like there's so many Australians doing it, like which is good. But at the same time you go there to meet like,
because the Australians all love Europe.
Yeah, exactly. And went down from Albania there, Berat, Saranda, and then went ferry over to Corfu, which is like the very top of Greece. Was there for like a day or two, and then flew from Corfu to Geneva in Switzerland. Bus down from Geneva to Chamonix, which is like this was where we were starting the climax of the holiday, which is like the kind of the reason that Zoe and I went and what we were planning for. To do Mont Blanc, to do Tour de Mont Blanc. And Zoe's one of my best mates, known her like my whole life. I hadn't actually physically seen her in 2.5 years. This is the first time I saw her was in Albania, and it was just like it was
like random.
Well, no, like we'd planned it. But just like, I mean, we talked over FaceTime and everything, but actually like physically seeing her is just like.
Is she in WA?
She is now. We both flew in on Saturday last week.
But like lives in WA in general?
Yeah, in Bunbury. But she's been abroad for like 3-4 years.
Yeah, right.
Diving and everything and living life.
This is me being very practical, but like, are you packing light? Like how when you're traveling all these places and hiking, like in terms of luggage, clothes, like spare pairs of undies, how are you managing?
I'll get to that in just a sec. So I finish like where.
Yeah, of course.
So we did Mont Blanc, which it was like what I was saying before. We can talk about this as well a bit later. You start in Chamonix, it's a 9-day through hike. We stay at refugios each night, or you can camp. You start in Chamonix, you cross the border into Italy, and then you do Italy for a couple of days, then you cross the border into Switzerland, and then back into France. After that, I went to Slovenia, and then which is back into the Balkans, and then from Slovenia down through Croatia into Bosnia, where I was in Mostar for a couple of days, did the bridge jump, and then down into Montenegro after that, and then into Serbia, flew out of Serbia home. So that was the trip. And
that's a lot.
Yeah, it was good. And then, stopped in Bangkok for like a day on the way back. Packing, if I had more funds before going away to really like lock in and just be like, get like some good equipment that I really like wanted to do, I would have been able to pack smaller, pack lighter, more efficiently. I probably did the opposite of that.
Backpack? Had everything you needed?
Yeah. So like I brought everything in my backpack, Black Wolf one, and it was 75 liter. Everything that I brought over is probably too big and probably too heavy. This is including my clothes, including, my tent, sleeping mat, pillow, a sleeping liner as well as my clothes, camelback, shoes, and just like extra bits of equipment, toiletries and things like that. So
how are you rotating underwear there? Like what's the go?
Well, with I don't know if it's like because I'm a guy or like with my background with army, like I swear I probably only use like 3 or 4 pair of undies like whilst I was away,
As in like in terms of changes or in terms of just
I've
like how
washed
many
them.
you brought with you?
For only bought like 3 or 4.
Yeah, and then how do you wash them? Like if you're in a mountain?
There was a couple of different hostels like in and amongst but like often you have like one that you do wear day to day.
This is very niche.
Yeah, I know we're like going down on undies anyway. But yeah, it's you gotta try to bring as much as possible. And then, but half the time, like I'll wear them like hiking, and if I'm not hiking, I'll free ball. And then if I go for a swim, then that's a wash. But no, I didn't bring. And it's kind of same with socks. Merino wool socks. You get them, and you don't have. You actually just You get like 4 or 5 days wear out of them before that.
See, this is what when I travel, like I'm just like, how am I changing clothes? How much clothes do I have to bring? I'm way too practical.
No,
about
I wore the same thing like pretty much the whole time I was there.
And because you're going to different places, no one's going to see you
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
same outfit over and over
Just had
again.
my Quicksilver cargo shorts and a couple different shirts and.
Mate, sorry to sidetrack you on underwear. That's an unreal. That's an unreal trip.
No, but yeah, back to the backpack. It was probably the averaging. I went over with probably it was like 13, 14, 15 kilos. Came back and it was 18. But like when I'm hiking, I can leave a lot of stuff, whether it was like at a base, at the hostel, and so I'm probably hiking between 10, 12, which is still too heavy. And so I want to
It's
get
almost
that,
like a ruck.
yeah, I want to get that down to 7, 8, maybe 6 would be nice. Because then you can go longer, you're faster, and it is a lot over, 20, 30 Ks.
Yeah. So you'd be fit after your trip from Europe.
Yeah, my calves are great. My calves are defined as.
In terms of people you're meeting on this, like-minded people.
Yeah, which I'm glad you brought that up, man. Like anytime you do go traveling, and whether it's not just Australians and other foreigners that you do meet, whether they're locals, whether they're other Europeans or people from just around the world, traveling just brings out the open-mindedness and curiosity of people like nothing else, which is just awesome. And people can just be like, oh, like getting to know someone, where you've been, where you're from, how long you're traveling for, which is like the standard questions you meet when you first see people. But then you get past that and you can really just dive into who they are as a person and, what drives them. And it's really refreshing for a lot of the time. And it's inspiring too, because you get to hear different stories about like what they've done, what they're doing in terms of like whether it's work or whether just living.
How do you break the ice? Because generally, like, you got to get vulnerable for someone else to get vulnerable or to open up to you. Like, do you have like a set icebreaker?
Not really.
You just small talk into the deep dive.
You just, I don't know. Like, it's just you got to vibe off the person. Like literally, I remember one of the hostels I was in Montenegro. Like, I literally walked in, and there were 2 UK dudes who I hadn't met yet. First thing they said to me was just like, "You are the second most Aussie bloke I've seen on my trip so far." I was like, yeah, fair enough. I'm wearing my pluggers, like jorts and singlet or something.
And then you were friends from the get-go.
And then we just got chatting from there. And I was like, well, show me the first Aussie looking bloke. And then obviously just got chatting from there. Like, I don't know, there's no, like, I mean, there can be if you're not very good at communicating with people and like if you want to use an icebreaker or whatever.
Just taking notes here.
Yeah. No, like it's pretty easy. Like it's when we talked about this like whilst I was away too. Sometimes you get chatting to someone, like me and you would be having a chat, and literally 10, 20 minutes later, sorry, what's your name? Like I was like, oh, I'm Tom, Cam. You know, like you have this like good conversation before you even like know their name, which is not like you have to like earn the right to know their name and ask for their name. But
It's almost weird as well because a lot of those people you'll never see again. Like that's such
Yeah.
a weird interaction where you like meet someone, can go into the deepest conversations and open up to them, and then you never see that person
Yeah.
again.
which is great at the start because it's so refreshing and it's like, oh, I love meeting new people. But like definitely towards the end, you got a bit tired of repeating yourself and repeating the same stories. Like, oh yeah, I'm Tom, I'm Australian from Perth. I've been traveling for this
You just
long.
change
I've
it
been
up.
here.
Just like
Towards the end, I was just like, oh, it's just fucking.
I'm from Queensland.
Oh, I'm a dolphin trainer. Like, yeah, I do rocker surgery. Like, you know, like,
Just tell people you're a neurosurgeon.
yeah. But no, it's. I think I made a story about it whilst I was away and on my way to Montenegro. Like meeting people, such an important, integral part of whether you're traveling with people or whether you're traveling by yourself. Which I'll also touch on real quick. Like when you say you're solo traveling, you're hardly ever really by yourself. Like unless you're doing solo backpacking, like hiking trips, and where you are like by yourself for like a couple of days, a week, or whatever, how long, you're never really by yourself. You always meet people, and it's just like, you know, that's we as people are built to, well, we have it ingrained in us to communicate, to connect with other people, and so I think I don't know. We need to maybe like rephrase what solo traveling is. Maybe like self-guided traveling. There's another alternative.
What's it called when you just don't know anyone? You just like don't know anyone traveling.
When you walk into a hostel, you don't know anyone.
Yeah, like is there a phrase for that specifically that we could put in front of traveling?
That's why I wanted to say like self-guided, because you're literally just like
Loner traveling.
you're never alone. There's a difference between loneliness and isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say got no friends traveling, but that's just
Scott no mates.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Any I guess the people you did Mont Blanc with,
Yeah.
are they the ones you were closest with then? Because that was kind of the climax of the trip.
It's just me and Zoe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So what's that like?
That was, well, it was phenomenal. Like, you know, this is an idea that we had thought about 7 months ago, right? And you know, Zoe's she's a menace, and it's just like she's been bitten by the travel bug so she's been like adventurous for the last couple of years. And you know, as one of them on the phone one day, she's like, "What are you doing in July?" I'm like, "I don't know. Want to do Mont Blanc?" I'm like, yeah, let's make it happen. This is literally like an instant, like actually making it out of the group chat, got planning, and had everything booked a couple months out. And obviously we did Albania and stuff. Everything around it was just like kind of filling in the gaps before Mont Blanc really started.
So that was kind of the main main event.
And I don't know if like some people haven't heard of Mont Blanc before, but it's up there with like easily in the top 10, one of the world's best hikes that people can do in their lifetime.
Their colognes are out as well.
Yeah, for sure. And being able to do it with like one of your best mates, fucking special. Like, not even gonna lie, when I like just during this week getting home and, you know, wallowing in my post-holiday blues, looked at one of the edits, or like my edits that I was away, and one of the ones that Zoe made as well, and I fucking started crying because I just like, oh my God, that was us. I sent Zoe a message like, what the fuck? We did Mont Blanc. We actually did it. And just it's yeah, it was so weird seeing that, like, fuck, that was me a couple weeks ago. And now I'm here.
In terms of the climb, yeah, that's unreal, firstly. In terms of the climb, like, how scenic is it? Like, how much time are you spending talking versus alone with your own thoughts, being on your phone much? Like, what's that like?
Great question, actually. Yeah. It's something to do with like something about nature. Like I love the environment. I love, you know, I don't know whether it's because we grew up by the beach
Touch some grass.
touch some grass and being by the beach. You know how like sometimes you just say you're by the beach for sunset and something that you could stare at for hours. Like, it's right up until like the mountains are the exact same. Like you look at them in almost awe. Like, how the fuck did Earth create that? And it's I can stare at this bit of mountain and then, you know, soak that up for like 5-10 minutes, however long, and you look up to you look like a couple of degrees to the left and like, wow. It's like, there's more of it. And that's once we've gotten to the camp. When you're walking 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and that's all you like, you're in and amongst it, it's hard to feel tired almost because you're just like, I mean, sometimes you're going through elevation, you're absolutely fucked, but then you look up and like, oh, wow. It's absolutely just jaw dropping.
And you're sleeping on the mountain or sleeping?
No, you can definitely camp, but like having booked everything in advance a couple months prior, we stayed at these refuges.
Oh, so you have to know quite a bit to plan it out, like about the journey of the mountain climb itself, or the climb only took 1 day?
No, it was 9 days.
So there's hostels along the way on the climb.
There's hostels or refugios or refuges.
Yeah, gotcha.
You can call them. And we stayed at some really nice ones, like Defoe, Elisabetta, Bianco, Bernardi was insane. We stayed in a caravan one night, like a really little small caravan, which is hilarious because that was my fault. Wasn't meant to be staying in there, but that's fine. And little gazebo one night too. Like it was just phenomenal. And these places that you're staying at as well provide you with breakfast and dinner as well. And you can have a shower there.
Wash your undies.
I didn't wash my undies until we got like.
No,
back
just
after.
say you washed your.
Don't wash your undies. Nah. Yeah, no, like, and it's awesome, and definitely it contributes to the experience of the whole thing. When you can just like get to these refugios, meet people, have a good feed. It's that little cherry on top of the whole hiking experience. And I had a mate who should actually get on here, Cam Bostock. Insane hiker. He's got a really good hiker following too.
It's not about the followers, it's about the man.
For sure. He's a great man. And he'd just done it, I think, a week before, but with a couple of his mates, and they all camped. And he made a video on it as well, like, why are people doing this hike and booking the refugios? We can do this absolutely free. And I was like, I just commented, like, I disagree, to be frank. Like, I mean, I had such an amazing time, had some good food, and like the Bernardi refuge is probably one of the best refugios.
I've had a cheese platter at Refugio Averu in Cortina in Italy.
Okay, yeah.
It was very nice.
Yeah, it was a little, like, so you know what it's like, just like these big like houses, and especially the ones in Italy, that was so like, as you can imagine, like welcoming and homey almost. And
I'll be honest, Obie, and you're more than welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, but this sounds very romantic.
What, with me and Zoe?
I'm just gonna put that out there right now. I'm just gonna put that out there.
No. It was strictly mates, and
climbing the mountains together.
Shut up. And yeah, you made the first one to say that, like, every time like we were hiking and say that refugees.
Obviously, I don't know who Zoe is or your dynamic. But.
Yeah. Like, oh, you guys together? Like, no, we're just mates, and we got called brother and sister one time, which is kind of funny. She looked nothing alike. Like, she's blonde. Obviously, yeah, this, and but yeah, no, I've known her like nearly my whole life since we're like 6, 7 years old. So just good mates.
Cool.
Yeah, best mates. Thanks. Just wanted to clear that up. But yeah, it's just, and not having seen each other for like 2.5 years, like physically seen each other for 2.5 years, had a lot to catch up on, and it was cool to see how she'd grown in that time, and like asked her how have we like changed as individuals since we like last physically saw each other, and I was pretty quick to see with her, and it was like she'd kind of seen a couple of things with me as well. So it's cool to see like how we've grown and matured like over the years, and just be able to like really properly catch up over like 9 days of walking. And we spent like the days in Albania before that, but obviously you're walking
like a cute
together.
Little picnic on the mountain together.
We did, yeah. Well, you got a bit of ding sausage and some bread and some cheese, and you're just like on the side of a mountain. I said, I'm gonna cry.
The view was pretty, but she was prettier.
Shut up.
So the come down from, I guess, the trip, now that you're back in Perth,
hard.
it's a week later. Like, what's that like? How do you process that? Because there's a bit of Europe blues when people come back, and there's like Perth winter, you've got the summer, like it was serene, like this, the mountains, the weather, the people, the food, and now you're just here on the Crooked Smile podcast. What's that come down like?
Oh yeah, pretty shit. Being on the Crooked Smile podcast, yeah.
We actually look after our guests.
Nah,
here on
they
the
do.
show.
Very well looked after. No, Cam does a good job. But no, the holiday blues is real. Sorry, folks, but you got to deal with it. I thought I escaped it, and then it wasn't until the other night I was saying before, like I looked at some footage and I almost started like bawling out. And I was like, fuck. You know, it's almost disassociate because you're like, holy shit, that was me. Like I did that. Because now you come back into, you know, Perth life and settling down and everything, and you're just like, oh, like I don't want to forget this. Like I really don't want to forget this. Or like from what I just accomplished and what I went out and did.
Which dimensions of wealth did this trip enhance?
Great question again. I'm liking where this is going. Definitely physical, relational, social aspect for sure at times. Environmental, immensely. You know, spiritually as well. Like really just connecting back in with myself. And you almost got to lose yourself to find yourself.
There's something about being on the other side of the world that gives you so much perspective about your life back in Perth.
Yeah, like it's the clarity that I had, like being over there. It was just like it was so much needed because I don't know, like, if we'd talked much before I left, but I was having a pretty shit run before I left, and then you know you almost pick yourself up by the back of the neck and chuck yourself in a new environment. All of a sudden, your life starts to improve. Shock, like it's just exactly what I needed, and I come back and I'm just like, fuck, I'm in such a better place in all like a lot of the dimensions except financially, which I'll be taking,
expected.
Yeah, which I'll be taking more care of in the next couple of months. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
In terms of like what that's like before you left and then the perspective on everything going on, like anything in particular you've kind of like realized about your life and where you want to take it? Because that's what I find whenever I go away, it just makes me think about like from a different light or a different perspective, my life here in Perth and like the direction I want it to go in, and it helps me think about it more from like I don't know, the best way I could explain it is like, you know how like there's a difference between working on the business and working in the business? Like I view like right now in the trenches as working in the business, but when I go away, I can view my life as working on the business.
100%. Yeah, I mean, now that you reference it like that, 100%, there's different ways that inspired me to think differently about how I want to approach life when I get home. Like whether it's, you know, my training and things like that. Like, I'm not sure if I really want to play footy next year. And it's like, what does that look like? Or what else do I want to do? So I really want to dive into going to one of the gyms in Perth and doing like Muay Thai, judo.
I was literally about to say, I reckon you'd
boxing.
love that sort of stuff.
And I've always loved boxing, but I've never really like committed fully to it because of footy.
You could be an elite grappler.
That's what I mean. Like I love Muay Thai. Like I love being able to like, you know, box and kick, but like you look at me like I'm a small Italian meatball. Like I'd be good in the grapple. So I do really want to dive into that and get into things like more hiking around here. You got like WA is a beautiful place to hike. You got the Stirling Ranges, Cape to Cape, etc., etc. Mountain biking. There's so much more that I can do. That's just, you know, the running, the football, weights. Like
it is a big commitment.
Yeah,
the 2 trains a week and a full Saturday.
Yeah,
for 20 weeks.
Yeah, so I want to do that a lot differently, and you know, like work's gonna look a little bit differently as well. Like even my like approach to Obie's Ordinary, like just being able to get not clearer, but just like knowing like in the direction that I do want to take that towards this year, next year, and still obviously want to keep doing the challenges and you know what, like just have that progressing. Whether it's fast, whether it's slow.
So in terms of Obie's Ordinary, like what do you envision for that?
Just, keep on doing the challenges and keep on like talking about different aspects that I do find interesting and like I wanted to keep like I want to make some more books as well. Like I think just before I left, I released the 9 Dimensions of Personal Wealth, a self-guided framework, which is just like 30 odd pages. Heaps of value of like being able to gain more awareness, intention.
Link in the description.
Please. Sold 2 copies already.
Let's go.
Look at me go. And so I want to make more books, and that's on the whole 9 dimensions. I want to make one for each of the dimensions. I want to make like another book about challenges. Not necessarily like I've done something similar called the Challenge Library, which is like free.
We talked about last
table
time.
on Notion.
I've been in there.
Yeah. So whether I put that in a book, but I want to make it like either a book about challenge in itself and like why we should go out and challenge ourselves. Like whether it's called Challenge by Choice or
we need a good name, or you need a good name.
I've got two that I've
Challenge by Choice.
Challenge by Choice or Side Quest. Something Side Quest something.
I think Challenge by Choice is good.
Thanks.
I'll put it out there. That's a great name.
Yeah.
Challenge by Choice. And it's nice it's a CC.
Yeah.
Don't steal it.
Yeah, don't steal it, guys. It's mine. I'll fucking kill you. And but yeah, so I'll be working on things like that. I'll be wanting to, like the dream is to like work with brands, to be able to like establish my own product as well.
What type of product can you say?
Well, the books.
Okay, and it's kind of like wellness enhancing for
brands?
But
like that's essentially like what it is. But I don't want to make it like that the serious approach to wellness. Like, I want it to be fun and enjoyable and just like and have the community around it. So like down the line, like, I'm not putting a start finish date on this. Like I want to make like a out of the ordinary community. We go out and do challenges.
It's a pretty big thing at the moment, all the community stuff. Like
massively,
what's
man.
the thing? Art of Mondays. I keep
Art
seeing
of Mondays.
I keep seeing ads for that, or like Sunday. We Are Sunday Club.
Club Sundays.
I keep seeing all these on Instagram and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, the community building place is
it's like the new podcast.
It's new run clubs.
It was like podcasts, then run clubs, and now communities.
Yeah. So like some friends of mine are the ones that do both Art of Mondays and Club Sundays. And
what's the difference between them? Are they just different days that they do events? Or?
Oh, that is great.
Is it?
I don't know. Look, I don't know why. Like the Art of Mondays came first and has been probably like functioning for a lot longer than Club Sundays only just new. I don't know why they did Monday, Sunday, but so Art of Mondays is and Founder Sports Club is centering around. They're both like hand in hand. And they're more for, founders around the world that want to connect with other like-minded founders.
And that's
CEOs.
started by people from Perth, both of them.
Yeah. Jai Howard. I don't know if you know Flynn Howard. And Evan Bryce as well. They're the two co-founders. They got a team underneath them. They're doing some really cool stuff and a lot of cool residency.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Reach out to them maybe.
Yeah. And then Club Sunday, is Gian and Mitch as well. So then they're looking to do something kind of similar in terms of that community aspect where people subscribe and want to be like connect and be matched with other people once a month to do some kind of health and wellness activity that they both enjoy. So you can meet people and then I've been doing the sauna parties as well.
Networking
recently.
for young people almost.
Yeah.
In a fun way.
Yeah. Because, that's exactly what kind of was the grab for a lot of these communities, like networking, but in a fun, interesting way, not just be like, hi, here's my business card, those boring kind of interactions.
Let's sweat together in a sauna.
Yeah, let's get very vulnerable.
Sauna conversations hit different, I'm telling you.
Well, I work at Melt, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because I know a lot of
the one in West Leedy?
Down the road. I parked there. No, that's
Melt. I go to Melt.
Yeah, good.
On Sundays.
Good.
I'm friends with Rushton.
Yeah, good man. He's a great man. Yeah.
His son.
Yeah. So I've been there worked there for like a month before I went away. Oh. And then I've just been there the last week.
What days do you work there?
I'm working tomorrow at night. But yeah, no, that's great. That's sweat together, bro.
Mate, I love Mel. I've just had a major nose surgery and a nose reconstruction. I'm not kidding. I'm being dead serious. This is my first podcast since. It's a big return. I backlogged
Well, you sound great, by the way, mate.
I backlogged like 5 episodes in August, and then this is my first return in September. I hope my nose looks the same, guys.
Looks great.
Thanks. I appreciate it. But in the lead up, I did
It's a great looking nose.
Mate, stop it. Just stop it.
Okay.
In the 6 weeks leading up to the surgery on the 27th of August, I did Melt every Sunday. I did 6 Sundays in a row for Melt.
Yeah, well, let's go.
Because we got a freebie deal because this
Bonfire
is about to.
Well, I don't know if you're going to clip this, but Melt Sauna up and coming. We have pre sauna Pilates and post sauna breath work. stay tuned. We actually had the first pre-sauna Pilates yesterday in Saw. I've helped paint the room and everything. It looks great. So
But that's the medical room over on the left.
yeah. So we changed that from, it's like slimming for a couple hours a day. And then we move that out of the way and then it becomes the Pilates breathwork room.
Because I've talked to a few
and
people
that's
that
free
go to
for the
Melt.
first month.
I've talked to a few people that go to Melt, including Rushton,
Yeah.
the guy, the son's owner that works there. And the biggest thing is change rooms.
Yeah.
I think that's why the mornings aren't as packed like during the week, which is like what's I've been told is where like they need more people. And I think it's because of the change rooms, because if they had good change rooms, then people would get changed for work after that and go straight to work in Subi, which is what I would do. I'd do it during the week if they had change rooms there.
It's we've always said it's about 20% too small. But yeah. Anyway,
That's so as if.
yeah, where were we going before?
Sauna conversations from Club Sunday. There's
Yeah.
something different about
Yeah.
a sauna convo. I've been having sauna convos with all my friends at Melt on Sundays the last 6 Sundays.
Yeah, so it works, and yeah, building the communities, and yeah, sorry, me wanting to build the out of the ordinary community and build that. But yeah, I'm not putting any specific start date on that because like I've got bigger fish to fry at the moment, and whether that's a next year job, I don't know, things like that. But yeah, that's things like that's on the horizon.
How good are saunas? I'm sorry, but like
Yeah, nice ones are good.
I just love them.
And the ones that melt very hot too, 90 degrees.
Do you go on the quiet one or do you go on the chatty one?
Bit of both, mix it up. Whatever. Yeah.
Mate, when you do like but when you do the 15-5, like 15 sauna, 5 ice bath, and you cycle that bad boy 3 times.
Yeah.
It's just the best buzz. Like doing that on a Sunday morning. I do it after the party. So I go like the 10 to 11 a.m. session. And then the ice bath's warmed up a little bit from everyone in the pool, so it's not as cold. Yeah. But there's something about it. It's just like, and I've get friends to come with me now and do it, and it's just like it's the best Sunday.
It is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to sidetrack you.
You do your own club Sunday.
Just me and my friends.
yeah.
I should get a referral commission for bringing them all to Melt.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I've recently started saunaing and I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And like it's just it's a low steady state cardio for yourself because you're sitting there and you're not doing anything, you're just sweating. Your heart's
I'm
beating.
fasted before I get in that 10 a.m. sauna. I've gone for a run before. I've hydrated so I don't pass out. But
yeah. Well, this week, like getting back, I really wanted to just like, obviously get rid of the jet lag and reset a lot of my body's systems. And so I did a 3-day fast starting on Sunday night. And so I hadn't eaten like 72 hours. And whilst I was working, like I was also like hopping in the sauna like once I finished work for like, I didn't do the 3 repeats. I was just like put it in there for like 10 minutes, ice bath for like a little bit. Just I didn't want to put too much stress on my body. But yeah, like that, like after eating again or like refeeding Wednesday, I think. And like body feels so good. Like just everything, reset my digestive system and my like endocrine system as well. So like,
as if you work at Melt, I'm still shocked by that. Like,
move on.
sorry guys. I really like it. I really like the place.
Yeah, no, it's great. Different vibe to other places like Alchemy. So if you haven't been, come check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, that's completely thrown me off.
It's all good.
I was gonna ask. Now you're back in Perth. Now you're back into the day, like the day-to-day in the trenches, working in the business per se.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy?
I mean, in a week post getting back, yeah, I am. Like there was definitely some times during the week where I'm driving home and I just think back to 1 or 2 things that's happened that day, and like, I'm grateful to be earning money again and just like getting my feet back on the ground. I just smiled and was like, actually, I like just really enjoyed actually like being home and just like seeing people again and building back a bit of a routine and things like that. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm refreshed, and then I'm in a good place like after post getting back and back in Perth. It's spring now, and so just enjoying that before our really hot summer starts.
What are the things you've learned that work for you to keep you happy?
Yeah, well, it comes back to the 9 dimensions, right? And just being able to like see where I'm at with that, and whether it is training physically, and being able to like just take a break for myself, like reading books. I actually read heaps while I was away, and I want to keep doing that.
Reading's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of reading.
Yeah. 100%.
I've really picked it up in the last year, like
Yeah.
all types of books. It's good.
We can talk books in a bit for sure. And yeah, make sure I'm eating the right stuff as well. Like the correlation between eating like good food and it's like, and you know, mood and happiness.
But this is another thing about
very
Europe
closely.
is like the food there is different. Like the pasta there does not tank your stomach like the pasta here does.
Yeah, well, same in like Japan. Like, you know, they're all like noodle dishes. You don't really see many
Gluten-free.
fat Asian people like walking around, do you?
But I've seen something about Japan. Every single school, like government school there, has like a role for a nutritionist that like does all the lunches there every day for the school, and the schools will provide the lunches for the kids and stuff. Like the obesity rate there is not a thing.
Unreal. Yeah, which is
Like
good.
the government switched on for
Get
that.
that in Australia. In the Western world, it's crazy. Yeah.
Be a market for it.
For sure. If you're listening. And yeah, just surrounding yourself, back to what, it makes me happy, like consistently as well.
That's a milk cup. I just didn't even realize. Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. He's got a cup that has melt on it in the corner, and I didn't even see that. Yeah, I love the free coffees after a sauna. It's nice. So I'm so sorry to get sidetracked again on milk.
Back to what, it helps
But what's making it,
maintain
like,
happiness
in
is like
terms of-
surrounding yourself with the right people too.
Because there's the dimensions of wealth, but like for you, like specific examples, training people,
Food.
good food.
Yeah. Checking in with yourself and yeah, just like not taking life too seriously as well. That was like I've kind of always known that, but like traveling definitely helped like reinforce that. Just to fucking slow down, smell the flowers, don't take it so seriously. Like I don't know, but it is a big thing in Australian culture, I think, whereas just like go, grind, hustle culture, stoicism, like fucking
Tall poppy syndrome.
massive, yeah, huge. But just like lean back a bit, have a laugh, enjoy it. Like, and a big thing of what I take forward with me is like, what's the rush? You know, moving forward, like we're young, we got time. You know, just be patient, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You know, so that's definitely, I think you can help. I'm glad I'm saying this now, and I wish I could tell myself this. It's stuff that I knew like a couple of years ago, because you know in the last couple of years I experienced burnout a couple of times, and just from taking too much on and having too much on my plate. Don't do that. Like there's no need. There's obviously in your 20s there's this need and this drive and this want to do so many things and try to get ahead and earn as much as you can and be this person that you want to be. You be that person in time, but like with consistency and with persistence. But you don't need to rush there, because if you do, then you'll burn yourself out. And if you do that, get there quickly, you might get there at a time where you realize, like, fuck, like this is actually even what I want. This isn't what I want, you know. And then you want to change and you pivot. Not that it's ever too late to change, but you know, just being able to just like recognize that, and you know, if you do take your time and you are patient with it as well. There's so many other opportunities when you're not so narrowed focused, and then you actually being able to like open your mind a bit and open your vision. These opportunities come flooding towards you, and you can be like, actually no, like I want to do that. You can pivot, you can change at any time, and so not being able to like lock yourself down, is a big thing. And but that's me personally. Like say if you know exactly, like if you are young, you are driven, and you say, I have this goal for myself in the next like 5-10 years. Like I'm going to do this and do everything in my power to get me there. Good on you. Fucking send it. Go for it. Like do what you need to do to get you there. I love it. I love the drive and love the mission. But yeah.
It is such a big thing, I guess, especially for young people today, because of social media, where you can see all these different possibilities and all these things other people are doing. It's like, what is your thing? What's your thing going to be? Because like, even if like you're successful creating a business, you're successful financially or with the other dimensions of wealth, like I think, and just like specifically, especially for like young guys, like having like a thing or like a purpose or a meaning without getting too philosophical is just so important.
It is very important.
Like when you've got a mission and you're on that mission, like you can go through so much and you can withstand so much and be so disciplined in pursuit of that goal.
Bro, with 75 hard, like I don't know how, I look back and I was like, how the fuck did I do that for 75 days straight without burning myself out, without injuring myself?
But it gave you meaning, it gave you purpose, and then you're able to just relentlessly pursue it. And I think that's the problem with social media, is because of all these different lives that people are living and all these different things that younger people have got that you might not have yet and stuff. It spreads your mind too thin in terms of wanting to do too many different things. And then it also confuses you on what you actually want. It's like, what do you actually want in your life? And is it going to give you meaning? Is it going to give you purpose and fulfill you in a sense that's not just like going to make you feel good, but it's going to help you achieve something that you're proud of?
And there needs to be emphasis on what do you want, not does the version of you that like looks up to these X, Y, and Z on social media, like, because you I know people want to. I want to be like this guy, or this girl, this lady. You know, like, no. What do you as an individual? What does Cam want to do?
And not what other people want for you either, which is a big one.
Like, yeah. Well, how do you want to be perceived?
One of my favorite sayings is like, everyone has the best idea about how other people should live their lives, except for their own. Except for their own.
Yeah.
They've got it all figured out for everyone else, but they don't
100%.
have it figured out for themselves.
So well said. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. For me, that's something I've really been like pondering. And I'm not trying to turn this into like a super philosophical potty, but it's just like, why? Why am I here? What's my purpose? What's my goal? What's my pursuit that's going to give me meaning that I'm going to be able to then endure all the byproducts of it in pursuit of this outcome? And like, is that going to give me purpose and make me fulfilled? And it's really hard to put my money on that because I am a really competitive person. Like, I really want to do well, but then it's just like, in terms of like, I'm not going to be an NBA player. I'm not going to be like a LeBron James. Like, I'm not going to be a Novak Djokovic in tennis. Like, that window's passed. I probably athletically, I'm not quite there, but it's like, I need to find something like that where I can perform and I can like really go all in on, where I can be the best at that, and it gives me meaning, gives me pursuit, and then I enjoy it because of that. And then that's kind of like, it's not an identity crisis, but it's like, it's hard to put a finger on what that is right now, especially like, and I'm talking from my perspective of where I'm at. And like, that's something I'm struggling with. It's like, what do I want to do? You know?
Yeah.
Like what, and I want to be great. I want to be great, but it's like, what do I want to be great at? And it's so hard to figure that out, especially with so much noise in the world right now.
Yeah, 100%, man. And you know, it starts with, you know, that awareness aspect, where there's like, you get aware like what you want and like what drives you as a person, like whether it is podcasting or whether, and you said you're competitive, like whether it is sport or whether it is anything that you like to do in your life. Awareness, like, what do I really like want to go out and do, like for myself? And then, yeah, set some intentions for yourself. Being able to like, oh yeah, like I can plan this to do this, and just like actually acting it out and then doing the thing and figuring out, oh yeah, like I gave it a go. Wasn't exactly like how I thought about it, but
No
like,
longer a what if.
yeah, no longer a what if. You're not left knowing, right? And you know, you don't have that regret. Whereas like you would try some things like, fuck yeah, I really fucking love doing that. I'm going to do that again and like keep that on. And you know, you do that a couple of times, try something new. It's just trying so many different things and figuring out what you don't like, and figuring out the things that, you know, probably 10%, maybe 20% of the things that you end up liking, you know that, and you can carry forward with that in your, you know, your identity capital, your experience bank, you know, like that you carry through with yourself for the rest of your life. Like we have so much time to figure that out. But I think it really just starts with actually like taking action and doing the thing, or doing the things, multiple things. And that's where like, I don't know, whether it's the challenges for me, like I want to just go out and do so many weird, wild, adventurous, wacky things that I can just help me figure out like where do my passions lie, what I want to do. And then you can kind of like narrow it down from there to get really like clear on like, okay, this is like fucking the things that I want to do. And for the rest of my life, whether it is, you know, if I get paid for it, that's great. But whether it is just a hobby,
But
cool.
This is what I think. I think that if you were good enough at what you're doing, you'll find a way to get paid for it. Like if it's
Especially nowadays,
if it's your thing,
you get sponsorships, monetization, like it's crazy.
if it's your thing and you relentlessly pursue it, whatever it is, I'm sure you'll be able to niche down enough to find out a way to get paid by it and make a living out of it, especially if you're the best at it.
Your social media profile is, and you start building that, like, you have everything or everyone that has now as a personal brand. I would love to see the percentage. I reckon it's up about 80%. If they had to tell you their audience like some advice, they'd say that they wish they started sooner. And that's true, because moving forward, like their personal brand, their social media presence is going to be their most valuable asset moving forward. It actually is. And so that's why I'm just partly enjoying the process of.
So you're telling me I got to start a personal brand?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Crooked Smile is your personal brand.
Yeah, I don't know. I've thought about this. I view it as kind of like the podcast is like, would I then just have the podcast as my personal brand, or would I have like an Instagram aligned with the pod, like on top of or in conjunction with, like a lot of other people do?
You probably could do that, because I guess like Chris Williamson, like he's got Chris Willix, and then he's also got the Modern Wisdom.
Yeah, but and then one's more for the podcast stuff and one's more my life. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm like, I think I already talk enough about my life on the pod. I don't know if that's for me per se, is having a personal brand of my life separate from the pod.
You have your own personal Instagram account though.
Yeah, but that's private, like, you know what I mean?
You can make it public. No, but whether you wanted to make a new one to have the aspect of social liberation, that's totally up to you. That's what I did with Obie's Ordinary, and it's probably one of the like started that this year. I look back on it as like, it's definitely a highlight of actually, and I really enjoy it, and I'm going to keep doing it. I just enjoy making content now. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, and whether it is, I mean, ideally, like I'd love to get, paid to adventure and to travel and to do challenges worldwide. Like
that'd be sick.
That'd be fucking gnarly.
What type of content are you going to be making together?
More challenge videos, just like hearing out there, and just like whether it's local, whether it's collaborations with other people, brands, and just different edits as well. Like just like say whether it is my B-roll footage from Europe, or whether it's just ideas that I find interesting that I want to talk about. Like I'm going to make a video next week on what I think I briefly mentioned before, on identity capital, your experience bank kind of thing. I'll make a video on that, and kind of like that theme of stuff. I'd love to make skits, but I would love to do that, like make that like with people as well. Just like that'd just be fun. I don't think it needs to always be so serious and so black and white. Like bring some color into it, have some fun, make some people laugh. Like I would love to do things like that.
Check out I think it's Anthony Bellard. He's recently been on the pod, Athlete's Mind. And he does a bunch. He's really branching out now and doing a bunch of like YouTube style, Sidemen style.
Would love
clips
to
and
do
stuff.
long form content eventually. That would be
He's
sick.
done a few like game shows with like some of like the cult footy players from like Claremont or something like that. He's like doing that sort of thing and branching out onto YouTube and across social media with that. And he started off with a pod, and he's had I think he recently had Lewis Jetta on his pod.
Cool.
So he's like really into like all of that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Love Jets.
All right. 2 things we got to touch on, and I know we're running out of time. Firstly, tombstones. We didn't ask you last time, but it's something I ask every guest when they come on now.
Okay. Yeah.
When you die, you got limited character space. You've only got like 1 or 2 phrases to be remembered by on your tombstone. What would you want?
Phrases.
Like, you know how like people on their tombstones will say like, he fully lived. He was a beloved father. He would like all like they'll have like something on it about them, how they want to be remembered by on their tombstone. What do you want, my man?
That's a really good question.
Every guest gets it now.
Yeah.
We're getting authentic on the Crooked Smile podcast.
A persistent, hungry, honest bastard.
That's not. That's cool. I like that. I like that.
Well, because I call myself, I'm a persistent motherfucker. I'm a persistent bastard. Like
persistent, hungry, honest was the last word.
Honest, yeah. I love the aspect of honesty. Just something that my nunno has always said. Like work hard, be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Take that with me.
Well, before we wrap up, I want I'm going to talk to the camera just for a second.
Go for it.
Dan. Daniel Gorringe.
Dan does footy.
Dan does footy. That's two podcasts in a row now that you've played one of my clips without shouting me out.
I think it's giving the birds.
You just hate the little guys, Dan. You just hate the little guys. I've put some sweat, blood, and tears into making those two clips. And I know they're on Mirandino's Instagram page because he accepted the collaboration, but there's more on my page that you would probably like as well. And you liked my story when I tagged you in it.
Get him.
You just hate the little guys, Dan. I see how it is. You wouldn't even say you went on the Crooked Smile podcast, even though you've played two of my clips on two separate episodes of your podcast now. I see how it is. And look, Dan, Daniel. We'll call you Daniel.
It's all love.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You're just too big time now to just help out the little guys. Anyways, where can everyone find you? Where can they find your stuff? I'll put it in the description.
Yes, Obie's Ordinary on Instagram, TikTok as well, YouTube. Get across to all three platforms. And then also jump on Amazon, include that link in the bio as well, for the 9 Dimensions of Personal Wealth, a self-guided framework. It's just 30-page guided workbook. There's some bits you can read, bits you can fill out. There's an online copy ebook as well if you want to save some paper. And yeah.
Sweet. Next time we'll have to make sure that we don't have a cutoff for the app because we can talk forever. And
yeah, we only really talked about half of the travels, but that's all good. Maybe we do a part 2.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.